It's about 4,000 calories a day, maybe 4.5 as I'm bulking up, and then it drops down as I'm leaning up, drops down to about 3,500 calories. Not the fun calories. This is the chicken, fish, maybe steak, always protein 6 times a day. Protein, steamed vegetables, and occasionally some brown rice or something like that. Protein shakes, and just like that. No alcohol, no sugar, pretty much nothing that's fun. Well, basically train for 3 hours a day and eat
a lot of protein.
A lot of food. And I actually got the diet from Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, who's a mate of mine. And every day what I do is I eat for 8 hours and I fast for 16. And so from about 10 in the morning till 6, for this I eat way too much and then nothing after that. Oh, that's all CGI. No, I'm kidding.
I wish. Well, I mean, it's an all-day thing. It's really
it's an all-year thing. I probably spent 18 months doing it, really. And we wrapped the film, and I went straight back into training. Deb's like, "You're obsessed. You finished the film." And I said, "Yeah, but I might need to do it again, Deb." She goes, "No, you're obsessed." Well, I finally had to give up that idea that you can do it all in an hour and a quarter a day, and you can't. So eating is the key. 70% is eating. That's a good way to do it. But for me, I just lose too much size doing CrossFit. So I do 2 hours in the morning, an hour of cardio, hour of weights, and then I do a weights cardio mix in the afternoon. More like a CrossFit in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But I have to do some heavy weights and all the things you don't want to do, like the rowing machine, like the front squats, like the deadlifting, all that stuff.
What was the most brutal day?
There's a scene in the hallway where Shingen, or played by Hiro, and I have this fight. And I have my shirt off in that scene, so it's a key sort of moment physically. I had to be in peak condition for that. And I went on a water dehydration diet so that I could be as ripped and cut as possible for that. So for 24, 30 hours, you don't drink any liquids. So I had a massive headache. I trained really hard that morning, and you start cramping up. And then we were doing this fight I had the real claws on, he had the sword, and it was very precise. Now, Hiro is done 80 films, and he's a genius. And he can pull a sword like that far from you every time. Me? Not. I didn't tell him this, but I am very clumsy. I've stabbed more than one person playing this part. And he was very, very trusting of me. But I was headachy, a little bit faint, and doing that fight sequence. By far the toughest day of all. I was glad to walk away from that one.
I mean, you've done this over and over again, but I mean, is it safe to say this is the furthest you've pushed yourself physically?
Yeah. Tom Hooper, first day rehearsal, said, "I need you," actually before then, he said, "I need you unrecognizable." He said, "If people recognize you, I want them to think you're sick in real life." So I do my best.
Is it true you deprived yourself of water for 36 hours?
Yeah. My trainer on this movie, incredible guy David Kingsbury, has at one point in his life was a bodybuilder, and he knew of this water restriction thing, which is what bodybuilders do before a show, and you can lose up to 10 pounds of body weight. And right off the surface, do not do this at home. Trust me. And so it really sinks in your chest. I was already quite skinny, but it makes it quite drastic. Your eyes get sunken. I look like hell, basically. And trust me, the headache after about 20 hours is something I don't want to repeat.
I can imagine. But then you get to put the weight back on. That's been quite nice.
That was more fun. But you know, it was a tough job. Each day was about 3 hours in the gym. It was pretty intense.
Cut. It's over.
Burger,
What kind
fries.
Yeah.
A burger with everything.
Everything
burger
on
with
it.
Oh yeah, no, and I spent about 3 hours choosing the ingredients of that burger. Fries, which were disappointing. I was disappointed with it. You know, when you haven't had fries for months, you want the greatest fries ever. Dwayne Johnson gave me his diet.
I heard.
And he said, look, it's good to cheat occasionally. So I took a photo of it, literally with me, with this double patty burger like this. I said, cheat day, and he texted me back, amateur. Well, no, I had a couple of cheats during, because I went to Japan, and I had to have some sushi.
Yeah.
Some incredible sushi.
Yeah. Sushi guy.
But for me, the cheats I generally really want: burgers, fries, chocolate shake, lasagna, cereal at 10 o'clock at night, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
That's the sort of stuff I like.
I found that if I don't have something scheduled, I literally will find a way to not do it.
Well, if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't go. But you got to remember, on May 28th when the movie comes out. I'm on a 40-foot screen, and
Right.
people are, and then I'm like, I really should have gone. So it's fear. It's total fear.
Have you ever seen yourself?
A little bit of, yeah. And here's the deal. You can do whatever you want on May 21, but I'm taking my clothes off. 2 training sessions a day, about 2.5 hours, 245, 6,000 calories a day, just going lean, mean, heavy protein. Basically, I got it all from The Rock. I just rang him and just say, man, I need some secrets. He goes, no problem, hang on a sec, because someone was knocking on his trailer door, and I can hear this. He goes, hey, I know you need me on set, but you can tell them I'm talking to Wolverine, all right? So they're just gonna have to wait. I was like, yes. It was written in the script, Wolverine gets out wearing boxer shorts. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Wolverine and boxer shorts does not go together. They said it could be briefs. I said that's even worse. If Wolverine's in bed with a girl, he's getting out commando. That's all I'm saying.
Wife and kids, what do they think of the Wolverine physique?
You know, Deb will tell you that she doesn't like it. She prefers me chubby because it makes her look better. But I don't know. I met her on a prison drama where I was pretty jacked in that. And I dare say we wouldn't be together if I hadn't met her with that body.
So, Deb, tell me this. I mean, really, those are these. He told me that this was not retouched.
He looks like he's photoshopped in the flesh. I say it's ridiculous. You look photoshopped. So no one is more disciplined though. He works really hard at it, and it is no fun for the family because we can never go out to eat. It's like he's always having another cow or a chicken or a broccoli.
Yeah. Still going to do the skinny fat version of Wolverine because my natural body is skinny fat. And when I start to go off this diet and I get just skinny legs, skinny arms, just a little paunch, that's when I want to do Wolverine with a cigar, the whole thing. The very first movie, I had no idea. I was basically a skinny guy. I was doing Oklahoma here in London. I got the part. I went. And I had 3 weeks, and I was like, oh, cool, 3 weeks, I'll be able to turn into Wolverine. Literally, they had to shoot. If you watch X-Men 1, the very first scene I shot is me coming down in the mansion downstairs, down that blue hallway, running down with my shirt off, and they had to shoot around me because it's just really not good. And so they shot the very first scene at the very end 4 months later because it took me that long. Yeah. So for this one, I rang Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and I had to do Les Mis, and I lost some weight for that. And I said, what do I have to do? And he said, you got to have minimum 6 months. And I really had some time before Les Mis, so I started the training probably a year out. So I eat 6,000 calories a day. I train for about 3 hours a day in the gym.
Every day.
I train every day, but I don't do weights every day. I do weights like 5 days a week.
Right, so it's not just free weights. You'll do machine workouts as well, do you?
No, pretty much free weights.
Free weights are the way.
Yeah, the free weights are much better to stay injury-free.
Right.
Yeah.
I seem to get injuries more when I'm on the machines, but you know, the key things are like deadlifts and squats and, obviously bench press and one-arm rows, military press, things like that.
Wow. For Wolverine, did you do 3 hours a day?
3.
3 hours a day.
So 2 hours in the morning and about 45 minutes in the afternoon.
Okay. And what were you eating?
It's very time-consuming.
What do you? Is this where you get to eat everything? You have to eat 6,000 calories a day?
Yes.
I read that in the Hollywood Reporter.
This is I literally rang Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I said, man, I've seen you in some movies. I said, what's going on? What do I do? And he went through the diet, and it was 6,000 calories, eating every 2 hours,
but
which basically, unfortunately, no.
No, you're not eating that.
It'd be easy to get 6,000 of these.
Yes.
That's one nachos and a pizza. But no, it's a meal would look like 2 chicken breasts, steamed broccoli,
so it's still
beans,
lean stuff,
and maybe some carbs. But as you get down to those kind of shots, that's when it becomes very scientific. That's when you go slightly less on no carbs. I even do a thing called water dehydration, which you did for Les Mis, did you not?
Yeah, I did that for the opening scene.
Yeah. So it kind of gets a little obsessive. I'm someone who likes routine and discipline.
I always say when I lift something heavy, I remember that is Wolverine. The little bit where you go, I want to drop it, and then you go, no way. That little bit is Wolverine.